It's that time once again. I have asked you guys to send me your silliest, stupidest, most ridiculous redstone ideas on Twitter, and you have all responded in your thousands. There are some really good ones in this selection, so today we're going to take a look at 10 of them. This first one comes from a chap called Revolting Pizza, which is a completely impossible name because no pizza can be revolting, but they've asked me to make Mumbo shaving his mustache. Now, for those of you who don't know, me and Iskal had a little bit of a bet on the Hermitcraft server on who got the most shulker shells, and if I won, then Iskal would shave his beard. If he won, I would shave my mustache, and unfortunately it has been removed, and, well, this is what it looks like in redstone form. That was a lot more dramatic than I was expecting, and wow, barefaced me looks just as childlike in block form as it does in skin form. This next one comes from SGT Gamer 76, and they have asked me to build a TNT cannon that shoots in all 4 directions. In brackets, I've done it. Well, that's pretty cool. I've also done it as well, and I have to say, this is probably one of my favourite redstone contraptions to use that I've built in quite some time. I mean, there's something about it that's just incredibly satisfying. Check this out. When we hit this button right here, we will create some TNT in the centre, and then more TNT around the outsides. They'll all be launched upwards, and then the TNT explodes in the middle, shooting out the other bits of TNT off in all 4 directions. And I'll be totally honest, I could watch this all day long. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely spectacular, and I wonder if in the future I can make this more powerful. This might be a concept that I revisit at some point in a future redstone video, because as I say, I mean, I could make this my screensaver. If I could make this my screensaver, I would be happy to just leave my computer running and me just sit here vegging out in front of it. Pixel Mutant has asked me to build a block that places blocks. Now this was quite a fun one. As you can see right here, we have the block up at the top, and underneath we have got a block. If we take out this block, then you can see a new block is placed back down. Every single time we place a block, a new block appears. And once again, I mean, I don't know what I managed to do in this episode of I Build Your Silly Redstone Ideas, but this is another thing that I could do all day long. Maybe I've just got a bit of a simple brain. I like doing things that just are mildly satisfying, and this is definitely mildly satisfying. In fact, I would say it's a bit of a stress reliever, and of course it does involve a handful of command blocks. We've got some block placing command blocks, and we also have some redstone block placing command blocks, but on the inside here, it's just a little double piston extender. Still, it's a really fun one to watch. I love this thing. I think that says Pug on Fire. Although I'm not 100% certain because it's written in some form of Egyptian hieroglyphics, but they've asked me to make a contraption that doesn't work like it's supposed to. So here is my redstone contraption. It's supposed to be a 5-high piston door, and as you can see... Oh dear. I mean, hopefully it doesn't work on the opening. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm very sorry, Pug on Fire. I've made a real mistake here. I've accidentally made it work. This thing's working. Anyway, moving swiftly on from that very embarrassing error, Harry has asked me to make an upside down Mumbo face turning into the proper position. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, it would not be one of these episodes without at least some form of piston feed tape. And this piston feed tape works perfectly. Now, as you can see, currently my face is the correct way up. When we hit this button right here, you can see the face gets fully flipped upside down. Now we do have some glass in front of it, but you can still very clearly see my face back there, and that's definitely upside down. I mean, there's no denying it. Look at my face. That's the right way up. That's definitely the wrong way up. Then when we hit this button again, you can see that everything recorrects itself. Another thing that's actually quite satisfying to watch. I mean, seriously, this is a really satisfying episode. This next tweet comes from someone. Someone out there responded to my original call for ridiculous ideas by saying that I should build a battery that gradually discharges over time, and then you charge it back up, and then it gradually discharges again. But I couldn't find the tweet to get the screenshot, so thank you to whoever that is, and I've managed to build a system that works really quite nicely. So here we have the switch over switch, and if we flick this lever right here, the battery will begin to discharge. So you can see the power is running out there, and you can see that our charge is gradually making its way down. So we've already dropped one redstone lamp, there's the second one, and eventually it will go all the way down to the bottom. But then we can flick it back over to charging mode by powering this, and that will gradually charge up the hoppers. But you can see it's not giving out any power, but it's using that power to charge back up. So we've gained a redstone lamp, and then eventually we will go back to being fully charged. There we go. Vashu Patel has asked me to make the most useless redstone rur, which was later corrected a door in a further tweet. And I have to say, I did quite a lot of thinking about this one, and I was thinking to myself, you know, what would make a door pointless? I was thinking, oh, maybe it could have some form of pointless way of activating it, or maybe it could drop you down into somewhere. And then I thought to myself, what am I doing? The answer is obvious. The most useless door you could make is a door that you can't actually go through. So that's what I've created. If we flick this lever right here, you can see that the door opens up only for the door behind it to close. And then if you flick the lever again, the door behind it opens up only for the door in front to close. So this is a piston door, or I should say a set of 2 piston doors that are combined to make a completely and utterly useless piston door. I wonder, can I actually get through this thing? It's gonna be tricky. No, it's totally impossible. It's not gonna happen. There's no way. I'm walking backwards as fast as I can, and yeah, you're not gonna make it through this one. Totally and utterly pointless. Rudra Singh has asked me to make a self-disassembling house. Now this one was a very complicated one. I'm sure all of you have seen my self-building house videos. If you haven't, I would check them out. Obviously they're extremely complicated, but to make a self-disassembling house, well, that's something else. I mean, just look at this. Look, we've got blocks here. We have to do tons and tons of retraction. We need to get everything out of the way. We've got plenty of block storage and everything. It was a real headache, but I'm very impressed with how fast I've managed to make this thing. Look, check it out. We just hit this button here and take a step back. It takes a while to warm up, but then there we go. House has been disassembled very swiftly. Also disassembles some of the floor as well. It's very impressive. Now this one is a bit of a fun one. Master Oscar has asked me to build a dolphin trampoline because dolphins just got added in the snapshot. Now I hadn't actually played in the snapshot before making this video, and I hadn't actually seen the dolphins in person, and I have to say, when they're bouncing around, they're even cuter than they otherwise would be. I mean, these things, they make the best noise. Just listen to them. It's so cool. It's such a cool noise, and it's absolutely spot on. They look fantastic. And this is another one of those things. You know, I've said this probably 4 or 5 times in today's episode, but I could watch this all day. I could watch this all day. You know what I would like? I would like it if this was the loading animation for, say, a YouTube video. If a YouTube video was buffering and this came up, I wouldn't even be upset. This would just be fine. Totally fine by me. God, I love these things. And for the final suggestion of today's video, Sean Gordon has asked me to make 4 words Jack-in-a-Box. Now, I'm assuming the 4 words part refers to the fact that Jack-in-a-Box has 4 words. 4 words isn't a specific type of Jack-in-a-Box. Maybe he's saying forwards Jack-in-a-Box. Maybe he wants a forwards facing Jack-in-a-Box. Either way, I've built some form of Jack-in-a-Box. Hopefully it's the correct type. And if we hit this button right here, you can see that it works perfectly. Now, these things always creep me out, so I'm going to take a step back, but there it is! It comes complete with Enderman screaming noises, and then as you can see, the entire system resets, and you can do it all again. And I have to say, that is a really eerie set of notes there. Just listen to this. It's mildly terrifying. It really is mildly terrifying. Anyway, I think that just about wraps everything up for today's episode of I Build Your Silly Redstone Ideas. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you ever so much to everyone that got involved and responded to the tweet. And if you do want to be involved in the next episode of this series, then get on Twitter and follow me at that Mumbo Jumbo. That's the place to be. Look out for the tweet that is asking for your redstone ideas, and as soon as you see it, just go to town, go ham, submit as many redstone ideas as you want to, because I read through all of them, every single one of them, and then of course I whittle them down to this list of 10. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo. I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and as per usual, check out the latest film on the filming channel. Link will be on the end screen. I'm sure all of you will really enjoy.